Hey everybody, Rob here at etrailer.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the CURT high-low adapter for flat towing setups. Now, when you might need a high-low adapter is whenever you are flat towing a vehicle, you want your tow bar to be as level as possible. And you can kind of see that towards our vehicle, it's coming down a little bit. It's not an extreme angle, but again, we want it to be as level as possible to take all that strain and stress off of the front suspension. Because if the tow bar is too low or too high, it definitely puts a lot of stress on there and it can wear things down over time. So having it as level as possible will give us a nice straight pull when we are towing our vehicle. So we're going to go ahead and unhook our tow bar and we'll show you how to measure for a high-low adapter and make sure you get the correct one. So the first thing you want to do is you want to park your motorhome on a nice flat level surface, and the easiest way to measure is if you take everything out of the hitch on your motorhome, so you can measure right to the center or to the center of the receiver tube. So we'll measure from the ground right to the center or to the attachment point right at our hitch pin hole. That's coming in just under 22 inches. So now we're going to move over to our base plate. Again, you want to make sure your vehicle is parked on a nice flat level surface, preferably pretty close to your motorhome so we don't have to keep moving things around. But you want to measure from the ground to the center of the attachment point. And in our vehicle, we're coming in right about 19.5 inches. So there's a few inches of difference there. Now, the maximum amount that any tow bar manufacturer wants is 3 inches from level. So you can go 3 inches above level or 3 inches below, but you really want to get it as close to that same measurement as possible. Now, since our receiver tube on our motorhome is about 2 inches, maybe a little bit more higher than our base plate is, we want to take our high-low adapter and make sure it's in the drop position so that when we do put in our tow bar, it'll be nice and even. So that's just as simple as sliding it into the receiver tube, lining up the pinholes. And I will say that our high-low adapter does not come with a pinning clip or a locking device, so you will need to provide your own. But if you need one, you can pick them up here at etrailer.com. And we'll slide the pinning clip through, secure our high-low adapter down. And now our tow bar is just going to slide into this receiver tube and we can hook everything back up. But now that we have our tow bar hooked back up with our high-low adapter, you can see how nice and level it's going to be. We don't have to worry about the tow bar being on an extreme angle and putting any stress or strain on our Jeep or our motorhome. Now our high-low adapter is going to fit directly into a 2-inch receiver tube. Pretty common on most motorhomes. So we just slide it directly in and it'll hook down with the pin and clip. But then it's going to give us an additional receiver tube extended out further back, and it'll still be that 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube, and again provide us with another spot to hook up an accessory right into the receiver tube on there. Now I do want to mention this is designed for flat towing a vehicle. It is not meant to be used when you're towing a trailer. And our high-low adapter is going to give us a 750-pound tongue weight and a 7,500-pound gross trailer weight rating. It's just those numbers you want to keep in mind with whatever you're going to be flat towing and making sure that it's going to be up to the task of pulling it and every other component you have involved, like your tow bar. Now, one thing to keep in mind whenever you are flat towing and you need to use a high-low adapter, as you can see, it's going to extend our towing setup out a little bit. Now, from the center of the hitch pin hole here, the attachment point on our motorhome, to the center of the hitch pin hole where the attachment for our tow bar is going to be 8 inches. So we're adding 8 inches to our towing setup. So you may need to keep in mind that you may either need longer safety cables or potentially just some extensions, because once we extend those out, we don't want our safety cables to be so tight and taut that we can't get them hooked up. But that added length does kind of help. It doesn't seem like 8 inches would do a whole lot, but it actually makes it really nice when you're going through really tight parking spots, maybe pulling up to the gas station, anywhere that you have to go around tight corners, because the longer your towing setup, the better your towed vehicle is going to track behind your motorhome. Now that you know how to measure and find out if you need a high-low adapter, we do have a wide variety of rises and drops in different sizes here available at etrailer.com. But again, I'm Rob here at eTrailer, and that'll finish up your look at the CURT 2-inch rise or drop high-low adapter.